listening in to Nothing But the Best. Let the room fill up. Let the room fill up. Let's go. One way or another. I hope you guys having a great day. Let's go. The soft souls of hits and oldies. All right, Nation. My name is Law Nation. L-A. And today, this, the position of battle, the projection for the position. We're going to talk about all of these good things. And on top of that, objectively looking at this thing, we're going to keep it real for you guys, right? I know that everybody have their preconceived notion of this team. A lot of people mad about certain things, right? And a lot of people look at the docile nature of a certain person and they think that that's the nature of being weak. No. A lot of people think that the lion is the king of the jungle or the king of the Serengeti, the lion. And naturally, you would think so too because of the roar, right? But the docile animal, the elephant, a lion would think twice before trying to run up on that elephant, right? But it knows how to use its strength when it's needed. They got those bull elephants, boy. They will come at you with those tusks, and they really will tear you apart. They've been known to knock down complete trees and communities and things like that. But I don't want people to fall into this mindset because you don't speak out, because you don't do this, that you're weak. Never take people kindness for weakness. Oh my goodness, yeah. For those who follow the word, right? There's this guy named Jesus, right? They said he spoke with authority, but people thought that his messages, they think that he came from a place of weakness or meek. And they think that he never got mad. But in a certain part of his journey, he got angry at the people who was doing selling stuff in his father's temple. He got angry and upset enough. It was recorded that he went and made a whip. Now, when you think about it and let it sink into your mind, you will say, no way. The guy that's supposed to be love your enemy, the guy that says, hey, come to me, for I love the world, right? The guy that healed thousands and thousands of people, the guy that was on the cross and died for our sins, right? He got angry, he got mad, he got upset. No, Lord, no. When you go out there and make something and you have to take time, that means it's premeditated. It wasn't something that naturally that he did. No, he went out there and made a whip and turned some tables over, flipped some tables over and whipped them out of that synagogue, right? Perception sometimes can be reality, right? So I just want people to know that's the word of the day. So we're going to talk about this projections for the Dallas Cowboys, the roster at hand. Before we go in there, let's see what's trending on Twitter. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to you, Ian. Shout out to you, Georgia. Shout out to you, Cam. Thomas, T Smooth, what really good with you, man. Logan, really appreciate you. Ron Peterson, thank you for tuning in. Oh my God, they got Amari Cooper trending. Is this Amari Cooper or is this somebody else Amari? Let's see what's trending with this. What's going on? You know, a lot of times this is what they talk about when you hear trending. You don't want to hear anything bad. One day, oh no, day, is the Amari Cooper who has snubbed himself. Okay. Oh, okay. They talk about top 10. They talk about ranking stuff. Okay. Top 10, top wide receivers. Number 6. Okay. Normally when you see trending, you'd be like, one time I saw Lawrence trending, and I said, who is Lawrence? And there was some guy off of Insecure, some movie. And I was like, wait a minute, as long as I'm not trending, right? Or D-Law is trending. And they're talking about something else. All right, so let's tune into this thing, man. I really appreciate everybody. Hey, Sheila, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Moses, 8-8 Meteorocracy is the team, like always, mediocre. No. It's not mediocre. Shout out to everybody. King Beerles, really appreciate you. Good evening to you, William Williams. What's up, Ian? Phone lines will be open a little bit later. But let's tune in to the DallasCowboys.com. The first guy on this particular list is Bradley Anae, the Annihilator. I want people to go into their minds and think, okay, he's going to wear number 51. This number is not solid for the remainder of the season, but for right now, he's going to wear number 51. He's 22 years old. He's 6'3", 257 pounds. He went to Utah. All right, so, of course, he's a rookie. With show of hands, you can either give me a thumbs up, and we're going to go over everybody in this list if time permits, and let me know whether or not you guys really, really think that he's the guy that's going to make this team. Let me know, Jennifer. Let me know, King. Let me know, Dawson. Bobby, what's good? Do you guys feel that this guy got a true chance of making his roster, right? And I know I'm going to sound rhetorical. It may sound redundant, but I would like for this guy to make this team, right? I think that he have a strong chance of making his team. My dog over here, I think, is Dustin. And just show me your likes or what have you, and whether or not it's a thumb up emoji or whether or not you say, yeah, Law, he's going to make this team. He's going to be an impact. And while we here, shout out to you, T Smooth. He says nothing but the best. I really love that. But let me know who's your dark horse. And I'm going to go down this particular list. And I'm going to tell you guys what I feel of the player. I think that he's raw in a sense. He got tiny arms. His arms not long. But I love his motor. I love the way he approached the game. Oh, my goodness. Not real bendy, but he's so quick off the jump. I mean, the guy can play with some leverage, even though his arm does not extend all the way. And I always tell people this. Give me that guy, that poor, hungry, and determined, that PhD mentality. I'm talking about a guy with a spoon can dig a ditch faster than a person with a crane. That's determination. And when I looked up his tape in Utah, all he was doing is having a meeting with the quarterback. Like, hey, quarterback, what you ordering today? Uber Eats? Oh, I'm delivering. Oh, that's your girlfriend? Hey, I already kissed her goodnight. I'm going to whisper all these sweet nothings in your ear. And that was Bradley Anae. And we fooled around and got him the way we got him. Boy, it was good seeing that. Let me see. Is he a fan favorite? King, yes. We're live like 95 on the Facebook. So shout out to you, King. Just jump over there on the Facebook. And I love our community, man. I'm everywhere. Live on Facebook right now. Live right now on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Let's move to the next guy. JT, what's good? Appreciate you. Yes, Jamal, we're live like 95. All right, so the other guy is Mr. Anderson. Here's what I got from him. Darius, we had another guy named Darius and he didn't pan out, but this Darius, DA, he would be one of those guys that if this was a perfect world, right, and we didn't have none of this COVID crap going on, I'll be telling you guys, man, pay attention to number 40. He's wearing number 40. He's 5'11", good height for a running back. I like the 5'9" running backs, but 5'11" is pretty good. 5'11", he's a rookie. The thing that he brings to the table is speed. Flat out speed. He can catch out of the backfield. I really, really, really think that the only way that this guy can make an impact is through special teams. Special teams. Ain't this right, Colton? Ain't this right, Lord Nova? Special team. Special team is all that counts. Daniel Albert, he's talking about Bradley Anae. Heart is everything. Yes. You got to have heart. You got to have tenacity. You got to have the will, strong determination of your mind. And you can make things happen from there. And the reason why I never count out guys with heart, and just moving back to this DA guy, Darius Anderson, is because think of the Terrell Davises of the world, right? You know, I think Terrell Davis, TD, was he drafted or was he not drafted? Y'all help me out. Chuck, help me out. Jimbo, help me out. Was Terrell Davis drafted or was he not? Was the kid that's doing a great job, what's his name, Lindsey? Help me out. His name is Lindsey on the Broncos too. Is he doing a great job? What round was he drafted? So I like people. I love the underdogs. I love them. I love him. So he's one of the underdogs here. Ray Armstrong. I actually look up some of his film. He's been hit with multiple. Now, I know a lot of people would say, well, Ray, he's been in the league for 8 years now. And he just a guy that you would say to yourself, can't get right. And this is all brought to you by DallasCowboys.com. Hit up DallasCowboys.com. Inbox my dog, Derek Eagleton, on the Twitter machine. Hit those guys up. They do a wonderful job over here on the DallasCowboys.com. So here's the thing. Placeholder. He may be a situation where he's only going to be a body guy. I did look at some of his film. The guy just can't grab on and hold on to the broomstick long enough. I think that he got the talent. Look at the situation right here. 8 years, that's a long time. That's a long time for your name not to be permeated throughout the echoes of the world. And I looked at when he was playing with the 41ers, you know. So it may be a situation with Ray. Let me see. Maybe a situation, Redskin, What tape I looked at? Yeah, 49ers. You know, he showed some flashes, and I think that he will be just a camp body at this point. If he's watching, shout out to you, brother. But let's see what you can do. Maybe you can teach some techniques to the younger guys. Let's move on. So can we just say that Ray, he played at the U? Shout out to you, Daniel Albert. Brilliant with the scouting report. Training camp bodies, Chuck. So we can cancel Ray out. You know, Ray, you gone, brother. But shout out to him. I think that his cards that was dealt to him just couldn't stand on and hang on. Now, moving to Ray, to my dog, Doris Armstrong. All of the potentials in the world. All of the potentials in the world. Let me repeat. All of the potentials in the world. Close but no cigar guy, right? And this is the pivotal year for him. This is like, okay, y'all talking about Bradley Anae. Y'all talking about Aldon Smith. You're talking about Randy Gregory. You're talking about Tyrone Crawford. I'm about to say Terrence Crawford. Y'all think I'm thinking of boxing right now. But you're talking about Tyrone Crawford. You're talking about all of these people. But you left out me. and of course I talked about docility, the docile nature, right? Because he's one of them. He's not a boisterous guy. He's not a guy that you're going to hear coming down the hallway and he's making his presence be known. And tell everybody when you see me in the physical form, let it be known I'm troublesome. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's Mr. Nice Guy, right? What they say to nice guys, people. Nice guys finish what? Shout out to you, Ian. This is the pivotal moment. I think that he makes this team. I think that it's toss up 50-50. If he comes out and he wins the coaching, because you got to win it with the coaches. At this point, his previous tapes and all this stuff, he can just throw that out the window. He must win his style with this new coaching staff. So anything that he did in the future or in the past is adios. So he's 6'4", 255. He went to Kansas. Of course, when you think of Doris Armstrong, you would think about, hey, when he was in college, they had a situation where they did a position change as relates to coaching. They went from a 4-3 to a 3-4, a 3-4 to 4-3. One of those things. Don't hold me to it. It's been 4 years ago when I did the scouting report. But I will say this: he's a quick learner, but he's just a close but no cigar guy. So I think that Doris Armstrong will find a way to be on his team. Let's move over to the next guy. Let's see what I'm going to read some of your comments. Poor Doris, this is Colton. Yeah. We need an alpha Ray Lewis type. Yeah. Dustin. We need that. We do need it. Dennis, really appreciate you guys, man. On the Facebook, don't forget to share this thing. I thought that Tavon Austin, they still have him on the website. Y'all can help me out. I know the website sometimes will not purge people off. Let me know if Tavon Austin, is he still a factor, or he's one of those free agents right now. But he's 5'8", 170 pounds, or what have 79 pounds. He's 30 years old. Is Tavon Austin invited back to this team? Will he have another cup of coffee? Will he be a camp guy? Because you got to look at it in these factors. The offense will not change as much. And if they do bring Tavon Austin back, it will have to be one of those conditional situations. Let me know. He's a free agent. Colton, you right on it, man. Colton, right on it. Slam dunk. Let me know. Ian, we need to go down and get Clowney or Griffin and stop messing around. Ian, since the news the other day occurred, there's no way that we can get a Clowney. There's no way that we can get a Griffin. There's no way we can get anybody. The Cowboys that made their bed, and the roster that we have is Philip Lindsay. Appreciate you. He was not drafted. Shout out to you, man. I know my feed may be a little delayed over there, but I can read your comments. But we on down to Tavon Austin right now. Do you guys think that he still keep Tavon? And the reason why I'm saying this is because we don't have any room to go out there and get anybody. We don't have no room left. I think we got right at 10 to maybe 11 million. 7 of that million got to go towards the undrafted and the rookies, unless we make some hard cuts. And for the last 3 or 4 years, I don't think that we do that, right? Like Taco Charlton, when we cut him and $8 to $2 million of dead money, I was like surprised that we did that, believe it or not. I was surprised, but that was like a hard cut, It's just something to think about. They did. Daniel says Tavon, they did not use him right, and he is 29. Okay, because the website got him at 30, but the website could be off a little bit. And like I said, they got him at 179 pounds. Boy, light in the pants. But I will say this with Tavon Austin. He may have a new sponsor in the building. His name could be Bone Fossil, So that could be a situation where they bring him back. And in this COVID situation, we do know that, if an outbreak happened on a team, you would need as much possible people that knows this offense, and the offense haven't changed as much. So I think that he probably be a guy. Shout out to D Lunatic. That's my dog over there. He says Austin is still available. We should take a really good look at him, basically. Special team kick return. You can't turn down a special team, and one can argue this, and trust me, you can throw it back in my face later on, but we do not win that playoff game. Dak Prescott would not have a playoff win if it was not for this guy right here. If it was not for this guy, because if you go back and watch that playoff game, he showed up against those Seattle Sea Chickens. He really did. He showed his you-know-what off. Flipped the field, gave us a short end of the field, and we was like, yes, if he can keep that energy the next week, boy, who knows? I've seen special teams guys take their team all the way to the Super Bowl, although they didn't win it with him. Devin Hester. Y'all remember him? And if you go all the way back to Green Bay land, what was the guy? Desmond Howard, Was that the guy that helped the Green Bay win their first Super Bowl? Well, not their first Super Bowl, but win their Super Bowl with Brett Favre's first Super Bowl. Was it Desmond Howard? Y'all help me out. Yeah, 2007. Man, Hester, boy, Isaac over here at Hampton. We having a good time, right? We having a good time, right? That 2007, Hester, I was looking like, wow, flipping of the field. Being able to cause teams to just kick the ball out of bounds if possible. Scared to punt the ball. and that's what special teams can do. Jacoby Jones, yeah, John May. Oh, my goodness, Jacoby Jones. You'll look at it out there and you say, man, this brother need a sandwich. Man, he's paper thin. You hit him, you would think that his spleen would pop out somewhere. He looked like Snoop, but when he got the ball in his hand, he was electric. He made sure nobody touched him. He made sure nobody hit him. Jacoby Jones was another guy. You know, special teams is something else. All right, so news out there. The next guy on everybody's list from the DallasCowboys.com is this guy. He don't look like this anymore, by the way. He got a little more longer hair, you know. He still got the one earring, though, you know. Yeah. He still got the one earring, looking like Wesley Snipes. Chidobe Awuzie. This is his fourth year. With cornerbacks, normally you would know everything about them within their third year, right? And he had a quiet year last year. Did he had 2 interceptions or something? Let me see what his stats were last year. 1 interception. 48 tackles, 0 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, and that is to blame on. Let me see. Let me scratch my head and think about it. That is to blame on Christopher Richard. You got to blame Chris Richard on that. You got to blame Rob Marinelli. You got to blame the defensive personnel. Somebody with this type of ball talent, as it relates to off the field or off the ball, I meant to say, you got to figure out ways to squeeze them inside, rotate them closer to the LOS, and blitz them at least every blue moon. Once in a while, right? I think that he still makes this team. Now, for next year, I don't know. I don't have the crystal ball, but I think that they will or they should use this 6-foot cornerback, put him inside, put him closer to the LOS, have him blitzing occasionally. And if that does not work out, then you can probably put him, flex him out at safety. You can. The Lunatic says, Cheeto, J. Lou, X Wood, one will be here and the other 2 will not next year. I like the way you put that. So this is a pivotal year. This is a pivotal year. It is. Shout out to you over here, Ian. That wasn't the same dude coming out of Colorado. That's what Ian is saying. You're right. His Colorado tape is completely different than what his NFL tape is. His Colorado tape is completely different what his NFL tape is. Shout out to you, Jay Form. That's my dog over there, man. Really appreciate you. Jay Form, please update me what's going to happen over here in Dallas land as it relates to training camp. We got, 11 days? Is it 10 days now or 12 days, something like that? Let me know whether or not it's still on par. Is they still going to have those training camp to occur? And let me know when rookie day will be. Let me know, man. If you can put it down there or shoot me a message privately. So Chidobe Awuzie, he makes this team. Let's move on to the next guy. And I guess it's in, alphabetical order, so Blake Bell is the next guy. Blake is intriguing to me. If you guys want to know a little bit more about Blake, I did a film session on him. I think that he's the quarterback best friend. You see I'm shaking my head. He's the quarterback best friend. I think by him used to playing quarterback, by him playing quarterback when he went to Oklahoma, I think that he knows where the soft spots in his zone. He's 6'6". He's 252 pounds. He's still young. He's 28. And I think that this Blake Bell They call him the Belldozer. He's a better blocker than Schultz. Although Schultz came into the league, it's being praised as one of the better blockers as it relates to tight end. We really didn't see a lot of that. But I like Schultz in conjunctions with, of course, Blake Jarwin. But I mean Blake Bell. I like Blake Bell in conjunctions with Blake Jarwin. So shout out to you, Touchdown Cowboy Louise Cruz. Really appreciate you so much for tuning in. So I think that he makes this team. I think that when we go into our 12 look, I think that he's out there. Okay. Michael Bennett, I know that this website is not updated. He's still a free agent. I don't think that they're going to make a phone call and say, okay, come on down. This is on the DallasCowboys.com. So he's 34 years old. He's 6'4". I don't think Bennett is on there, so we can put an X on that, right? Let's move on to the next guy, because I don't think that they will entertain Michael Bennett. All right, Francis Bernard. Matter of fact, this guy right here, I know that a lot of people, shout out to you, Jay. This is about training camp. He put it out there. He said he should know more about Monday. He would keep me posted. Appreciate you, man. You're the MVP for that. So he would know more about it Monday when we will have the rookies, because the rookies are still going to come before the veterans, at least have their cup of coffee. Let me tell you guys about Francis. Sometimes when you play defense, you need somebody to play off of, right? And sometimes, what was it? It was Ohio State. And it was a series of linebackers way back in the days. Y'all remember A.J. Hawk, the other guy, Matthews kid, and was it also Bobby Carpenter? Well, it was not. Oh, I'm kind of off a little bit. No, it was A.J. Hawk. Who came out of Ohio State? It was A.J. Hawk. Y'all help me out. A.J. Hawk, Bobby Carpenter. Who was the other guy? Y'all help me out, man. It was many of years ago. And they play well together as it relates when they was in the collegiate level, or in the college land. It was AJ and Bobby. It was AJ and Bobby, right? Jennifer Q, really appreciate you. You guys got some knowledge up here, man. Jimbo, what's good with you, man? Schultz never showed me nothing. Yeah. KMT, what's good, man? As always, you. Team Doctor said that it would be safe to open up camps. I don't know. Y'all help me out. Was it AJ Hawk and Bobby? They play well together. Yeah, y'all see what I'm going with, right? Francis Bernard and my guy Bradley Anae, the Annihilator, So it was AJ Hawk and Bobby Carpenter, right? So Bobby Carpenter got a first round draft grade because AJ Hawk, right? Or was it the vice versa? But we see how sometimes in college, when you're playing in college, you can see where you can work well off of one another. And a lot of times when you're scouting one person, you say to yourself, man, hey, who's this other guy? And that's what happened to me. When I was looking up Bradley Anae, I was like, who is this Francis Bernard guy? Who is this guy? And he need to get drafted. He need to play for somebody's team. And nobody picked him up. Then when I sit there and said, okay, why is nobody picking him up? Why is he not being showcased and broadcasted a lot, And then when you see some of his warts, he had problem disengaging. He had problem setting the edge if possible when he needed to. He had problem flipping his hips. But he showed up in some pivotal moments. So I think that they probably seen what I saw, right? Or they saw what I seen, however it goes. So what happened here is that now he's following, Bradley. And on this particular level, it's all up to win. It's up to the wins. It's up to the wins, because what happened here is that now he don't have to study for his finals. He don't have to study for his test. He all he got to focus in is just saying, okay, I got a chance. And that's all I've been asking for, is to showcase my talent, to prove the world that I can play this position. So this guy, Francis Bernard, look out for him. He's wearing a good number 44. I like those numbers. So we would take a real good look at him. Shout out to you, Polly. Polly Lee, really appreciate you. Yes. Really appreciate you. Y'all let me know who was like a tandem in college that we would have liked to see work together in the pros. One can come to mind was Sean Lee and what's the guy? Boys at the tip of my tongue. He went to the 40 Winers and he was out there on the market. Is it Navarro Bowman? Yeah. Let me know if I'm right. When they played together in college, boy, tandems. I would have loved to see Navarro Bowman. I think I'm saying his name right, and a Sean Lee together on the next level. Daniel Albert says Francis Bernard equals practice wide. So y'all put a P in the comment box if you think that Francis Bernard would be a great practice wide guy. Yeah, Bowman. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Yeah, appreciate you. I love when I say something and you guys confirm it. Trust but verify. When you guys verify things, man, I love it. Yeah. 40 criers. Randall Love, really appreciate you, man. I want to see Michael Pittman Jr., a Cowboy. Yeah, where he went to. This is the future right here, guys. This is the future. This is the future right here. This guy right here, Biadasz, Tyler, 63, good number, by the way. He's 6'3", 317 pounds, give or take. He's 22 years old. He's from Wisconsin. That's all they do. It's like when you go to that college, they said, okay, you go into the pros and you're going to play, you're going to play some lineman or some tackle action. You're going to be an offensive lineman superhero, And I think that this kid, he ran the cross. And this is a long episode, by the way. So for those who want to jump in and say, hey, how long this is going to be here? So I'm going to be here for a minute because it's a long list. Biadasz is this right here. He's not going to get the badass name yet until we see him move some furniture around on this level, right? So he's going to be Biadasz. He's just going to be Biadasz, right? So what we want to say with him is that he got a 6-month plan, 6 to 7 month plan. Why you say that? Why such a small list plan, Law? Because we need to figure this guy out. If we need that center action, and he's supposed to be that guy, we need for him to pick up this offense. We need for him to pick up and learn everything to know what Joe Looney got going on in his head, and he need to replicate that and then improve that and beat him out for that position. So somewhere midway through this particular season, if there's one, we need to see some news being echoed throughout the locker room saying that, hey, that Biadasz, man, he's bad. I ain't talking about little Boosie. He's that guy. There's some people with the belief that he's going to beat out Looney day one. I just don't look. Real pro football is a different level. It's a different level. That's all I'm going to say with this. I think that he's a shoe-in starter, a shoe-in, roster guy. But he'll be a shoe-in starter if he can beat out Joe Looney midway through this season. Yeah. No, not yet, Jennifer Q. Really appreciate you. All right, so this is the other guy. Anthony Brown. What Brown can do for you, right? Yes, indeed, man. Sally, appreciate you so much for making a donation to help grow the nation. Really appreciate you so much for your love and adulations for dropping the $5 in the Cash App. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Looney going to start. Biadasz is going to push him for that job, though. This is from D Lunatic. Yes, that's the logical way. That is the logical way. All right, so Anthony Brown. Anthony, get down, Brown. What can Brown do for you, right? Solid guy. Let me repeat, solid. Solid as a rock. Solid guy. Is he the end-all, be-all? No. Do the front office trust him? Yes, they trust him. They gave him an offer, and he said, yes, I'm signing. He didn't rebuttal. He didn't say, hey, no, nah. And He's a guy that's been solid for the Cowboys. He gets his much deserved hate, but I will say this, and let me speak freely on this, Cowboy Nation, is that the reason why I say Anthony Brown deserved none of the hate, but we can give it to him. But the staff did him wrong. The game a couple years ago, I guess it was against the Houston Texans, he had no reasons. He had no reason at all to be on DeAndre Hopkins. He had no reason at all to be on DeAndre Hopkins, especially when Byron Jones was doing an excellent job all that game. And they said, you know what? We're going to flex DeAndre Hopkins into the slot. If I'm D-Hop, and I'm looking at AB, well, I can't even call him AB. If I'm looking at Anthony Brown, I'm sitting here like, yes. I'm like, you can put blindfolders on Deshaun Watson and say, hey, throw the ball my way. Because it's going to be lunch meat. The Cowboys should have seen that and said, you know what? We normally don't have our guys to travel because it can conflict the defense and the way we play with integrity. But dog it, I'd be grim if I put Anthony Get Down Brown on DeAndre Hopkins. We lost that game because of that play, believe it or not. That was a play that he caught the ball on. He snagged it. He like bossed it. And then Anthony Brown, he fell to the ground. He ran. And he spent off of my other dog, Byron Jones. And he ran again. And he spent off of somebody else. I said, man, this is like Madden. It was so bad of a play, it took my dog, D-Law, from the defensive lineman position to carry and trail to get upfield to make the tackle. That's how crazy it was. But he's solid still. I said all that to say that the guy is solid from Purdue. Of course, he had 11 tackles. I don't know if this is updated. But let's go to career stat. Let me see if they can let me go to career. Let me see. Career. It don't let me do that. It don't let me do that. It don't let me do that. Okay. Nevertheless, I didn't mess up the order. So they don't let me pull up his career stats on the website. But that's okay. Maybe the DallasCowboys.com need to update that feature. But shout out to DallasCowboys.com. 196 pounds, 5'11", from Purdue, number 30. Big 30 on his back. Enterprise LLC, keeping it real, all nation, from Virginia Beach. Man, really appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. But I think that if you utilize him right, and if you put him in the right position, you can send him off the edge. I think 1 year he had 2 sacks or what have you. He can get to the quarterback. He's more physical than a Orlando Scandrick. And he been playing for 5 years. Orlando played for like 11 years. So if Orlando can get 11 years, I think that this guy got plenty of more years in his body. And now you got a veteran guy who been here for 5 years. I think that he makes this team, right? Let's go to someone else. We have Noah Brown. Y'all remember? You guys remember him? Yeah, he do. Hey, Chuck, when we get to it, we will break down that competition. Y'all remember him, right? The second coming of a poor man's. I'm using my words wisely, right? A poor man's Desmond Bryant, right? Poor man. Now, he's supposed to be the guy that can climb the ladder, catch the ball, pluck it out of the sky. Big body, 6'2", frame. Some people were saying, like, flex him over to being like a tight end. I was like, he's big for a wide receiver, but not big enough to be a tight end, basically. But he does high point the ball in college. Yeah, he did that pretty well. Physical at the top of his release, but he just never ever got right with the Cowboys system. I think that he's gone. Jay Farm says AB have 4 career interceptions. Not bad. Lost the game on punting on 4th and 1 overtime. This is from Dustin. Yeah. You talking about that Houston game? Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is from Carlton. He says, wish me luck on strength and conditioning for the football of July the 20th. We do have practice. I'm trying out to be a tight end, quarterback, defensive tackle, or linebacker. Start off with the quarterback. And you start off trying to be the quarterback first, Colton, and let me know your height, man, and let me know how tall you are, and that will explain everything, Colton. If you let me know how tall you are, and I'll see what will be out of those choice or selections there. Y'all hit up Colton on my my YouTube page, and he's trying out to be either a tight end, a quarterback, a defensive tackle, or a linebacker. Now, let me see what grade, what level is this to? Is this middle school, or if this is high school? Because if this is high school, you behind the 8-ball. To be a quarterback, you got to be really starting off at when you're 6 and 7 years old, working on stance, working on going through your reads and all of that stuff, man. Working on gripping the football, even with the small football, and working on your mechanics. Believe it or not, swatting, footwork, feet, and getting those things together. Those are the most important things. A lot of time people think it's upper body, but it's more of a lower body. I'm looking for your heights and your measurables, Colton. I'm a freshman. You're 5'7". 5'7". Freshman in middle school or freshman in high school? That makes a difference too. Definitely defensive tackle. I would lean if you're 5'7" and you're a freshman. Maybe just maybe you can hit a growth spurt, but maybe can you put it? I don't know. I don't want to shoot you in the foot. I don't want to cut your legs off from under your feet, basically. And I love young people that want to go out there and play this game. But if you're 5'7", you may want to wander off into the linebacker role or the running back role. And if you can catch pretty good, maybe you can do some slot receiver action stuff. But there's a lot of things to go along with that, Colton. Freshman is in high school? Yeah. My guy, if you read what Jay says, shout out to everybody, man, that's watching, man. My dog Jay says probably try another sport. Now, remember what I said earlier. If you have that PhD mentality, poor, hungry, and determined, if you have that mindset that if I'm not going to fall down, or even if I fall, I'm going to try to land on my back, because if I can look up, I can get up, right? I'm always going to try to give you guys some positive messages out here. But if you're 5'7", you're a freshman, and if you really, really want to get into this thing, do let no be your vitamin. Let people tell you no, but you can still, because we just seen Murray, right? He looks like he's 5'7" now. Kyle Murray, he looks like he's 5'7" now throwing the ball. The Russell Wilsons of the world. So you still got time and chances to grow, and you can have one of those crazy growth spurts, right? If you do everything naturally in the right way. So if your heart is determined to be a quarterback, then you work on that day in and day out. You probably need to leave this live stream right now and start throwing the ball in the backyard. Even if it's a tennis ball, even if it's a basketball, just start throwing the ball now and say that I'm going to be the best quarterback the world have ever seen. Think I'm lying? Look up Doug Flutie, Frank Tarkenson, all of those boys. Look up Doug Flutie, though. He wasn't the tallest of the tallest guys, right? Drew Brees, Cole Beasley type, yeah. So I never want to tell people no, but if you're gonna get stuck at 5'7", 5'8", then you might want to do some slot receiver stuff. And if you're kind of bulky built, then you might want to do a linebacker's groove, like Dexter Coakley, dare I say. All right, so moving on, man. I think Noah Brown is gone. I think that this kid right here, this other guy, not Desmond Bryant, but Vintal Bryant, is this right here. maybe special teams guru guy. He wears number 83, which is a good number in my opinion. I love number 83, which is pretty cool. He's 6'3", 205 pounds. He's a 2-year guy, so he still have a chance and opportunity to fight for that wide receiver spot. Not saying that he's going to beat out of Sedarian Lamb, but his avenue, his way, his right way for this thing would be going out there fighting to be a special teams guy. A special teams guy for real. Yes, indeed. Did Tyreek Cohen, yeah. Isaiah D. Santos, yeah. How tall is Tyreek Cohen? I think you're taller than Tyreek Cohen. And you 5'7". I think Tyreek Cohen is like 5'4", 5'5", you know. And he's a dynamic special team / running back too. So yeah. You said I am Lucas on the Facebook rule says he liked Vintal Bryant. I think he scored a touchdown. I forgot which game it was, but he got a chance to get into the end zone this year. It could have been against the Bills. And I told everybody, me and I think it was Big Game James, we were live calling the game. I said, there's Bryant to score the touchdown. Because they're 8-3, and sometimes I be wishing that some of these guys throw up the X just one time, you know. Not saying that I want Dez Bryant back on the team, but sometimes I just like that X just being thrown up into the faces of the opposing team. Darren Sproles, yeah. You guys naming a lot of people, man. It was against the Bears, okay, Dustin, okay. It was against the Bears when he scored the touchdown. Let's move on to the next guy. You guys all right? Y'all all right over there? Y'all all right? y'all still got time? I looked up his tape. Deontay Burton. I know a lot of people be like, oh, where is he? I think he played for the Houston team. Looked like he related to Michael Gallup a little bit, right? You see the smile, you see the little hair right here, you know. Yeah, the inverse of Michael Gallup. I know for sure. I'm not a betting man, but I guarantee you my bottom dollar, I don't think that he's going to wear this number 33. Can anybody disagree, you know? Can anybody disagree? Now, he is a cornerback. He's 6'2". There's that height situation again. I know a lot of people going to say, hey, who is this guy, Law? This guy right here, I think he was on the practice squad and got a few preseason games under the Houston Texans a few years ago, last year, or what have you. And he's going to be another camp guy that's going to be out there, and you're going to see either Amari Cooper smoke him up, and if he's listening to the show, shout out to you. You're going to see either Michael Gallup smoke him up, and you might see Sedarian Lamb cut him up. You'd be like, man, whoever wearing number 33 out of there, look, take it off his body, man. Can you just put a 3 on him, you know? Can you put 13 on him or something, you know, and just tell him, hey, man, you got the same number as Michael Gallup, but you're not Michael Gallup, but you can't wear number 33. You know, let's move on a little bit down here. And I don't think they got any of his stats here, but that's the guy. And I don't know whether or not he's still on his roster. He could be gone because the roster is not officially updated yet. But I've seen a few of his tape. This is another guy we got to pay attention to. This guy right here, Maurice, Canady. You know, the Dreadhead Warrior, you know, unlock the Dreadhead powers, right? My thing is with Maurice is he's aggressive. That is not a knock on the brother. He got number 28. That's another number that we're gonna be like, okay. You got 28, and everybody knows what 28 represent when you're playing with the defensive side of the ball. When you got that on, right? I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there, Woody. But this guy, he's tall. He's 6'1" as a corner, and you can play him inside the slot. He can play the slot role. He can play in between those positionings there. And I've seen tape out there. You guys can check out my film session on him. He can play on this side by himself. He can play left or right corner. But I don't think that he would I guess, garner the attention of being a starting corner and beat out a Chidobe Awuzie and beat out maybe a Diggs or whoever else win that battle, or even Chelu, right? But from a physicality aspect of it and a person that can really jump the ball, that's your guy. That's your guy right here. That guy right here, I love his tape. I love the way he aggressively fight for the ball, and he likes to jump routes. He's aggressive. Could be sometimes too aggressive. But he fit the mantra of what the Ravens were doing, you know. And when he came in, it wasn't showing like a lack of skill when he came into the game. So we will see about him. I think that he makes this team. Do anybody disagree? Yeah, Felix Jones wore number 28 after Woodson. This is from Big Boss Man. Yeah, it looked weird on Felix Jones, but he was on the offensive side of the ball. And then I believe nobody else wore the number after that. I think that they gave Jamil Showers number 28 for a cup of coffee. But it's a different story when you see number 28 on the field for multiple times. You know, you be sitting there saying like, man, is that Woodson? Yeah, good old Darren Woodson. All right, so Rondale, JMU All-Star. Yeah. First and foremost, I don't think that he's going to continue to wear 68, right? I'm a numbers guy, right? I love numbers. He's raw. I think that he may get pulled off the practice squad. Probably not by us, but by somebody else, right? And he's sitting there he's telling everybody, y'all talking about Alden Smith. Y'all talking about Tyrone Crawford. Y'all talking about Doris Armstrong. You're talking about Bradley Anae. What about me? What about me? I want to fight for this situation. And they paid him out of all of the undrafted rookie free agents as it relates to their collective offering chip. I think they gave him the most money out of the undrafted rookies or what have you. So I think that they looked at his tape. His only knock as a defensive edge guy, they would want him to be at least 6'4"-ish or what have you, but he's 6'3", short in the sense that he don't have the longest arms as well. But he is a guy that got one of these, and I use his word cautiously. He got one of those motors on him. That number is ugly, KMT. Yes, indeed. Decent player, yeah. This is from my dog Ian. My guy Jimbo, he got film on the outside of college. I check that out. Shout out to you, Lance Bell, as well. So I think that he will make this team, but it will be a long stretch. Jordan Chon, he got to look like my dog Okoye a little bit. Let me see. They don't have a picture of him. Nah, I think that he's not longer on this thing. I think that's a website issue. All right, so we have Clinton-Dix. Let that sink in. Clinton-Dix, right? We know that he got good hips. He can flip out into the edge there. And I think that he makes this team. I think that he gives a strong fight for Xavier Woods to really rethink about what he's doing out there, right? And I just don't want him at all. He got 7 years of experience wearing number 27. Y'all remember that number, right? That J. Lou old number, right? So he's wearing number 27. If I see him down in the box, I'm sitting there shaking my head like this. Yeah, James Madison is not. Yeah, JMU. Yeah. JMU All-Star. Him and Ben Danucci is from the same school. We talking about Rondale Carter, I believe. You guys are talking about that. But I just don't think that he's a strong safety. I'm going to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, he got good experience, but I just don't want him inside. I just don't. I just want him to be free. I want him to play out in space. I think that he makes better decisions when he's out in space. We see better tape out of him, especially the highlight reel. Never came down from when he was inside the box. Never came. It always came from when he was free up top. He makes his team, by the way, yeah. La'el Collins, right? Here's the thing. Here's my 100 God honest opinion. Yeah, let me drink some of this. Get a little dry right here. Shout out to you, Joseph Torres. Really appreciate you. Coffee all day, right? Ooh, that's good. All right, so my thing is on La'el Collins. And my God honest truth is that he would have been an all-pro at guard opposed to tackle. It took growing pains for him to become the player that we seen last year at tackle. It took growing pains. And one can argue that Doggett in that Rams playoff game, he sacked Dak Prescott. He sacked Dak Prescott. I mean, he was getting his butt whooped. He was slow to his punches. He had sloppy feet, lazy feet. Out of his transitions was terrible. But this is a perfect example of never giving up on your dream, right? Never giving up and listen to the naysayers, right? This is a perfect example because he got his bag last year. Ooh, it was a crazy bag. But he would have been all pro almost. You know, he would have been to multiple Pro Bowls, I believe, if he'd have just stayed at left guard. If he'd have just played that continuity aspect and we would have just sealed off that left guard situation. Knowing that you have a Tyron Smith, and you guys know I preach this all the time. Continuity is everything. If you think I'm lying, try to write with your right hand all day, right? Write with your right hand if you're right-handed. Write with that thing all day, all day. And then flip it and say, I'm going to become a master of writing with my left hand. You're going to have some hiccups. You're going to slip up a few times, right? Eventually you will get it. But that is what naturally happened to him. It's not like he played and flipped over to a left tackle. The guy flipped all the way over to a right tackle from the left guard position. So we knew that there was going to be some growing pains, and we suffered from it. We felt the brunt of all of that. It was so bad at one point of time that we were sitting there saying, like, bring in somebody else. Let me know if I'm lying. But he improved in that spot. He became better. And I think that there's a statistic out there, or a stat, or however you want to call it, that he's one of the better right tackles as of present day. But dog it, we had to go through all of the learning and the growing pains. And then growing pains, it hurt. Just like my dog Colton over here. He's 5'7", but if he's going to get 6 foot, it's going to hurt. That growth thing is going to hurt. That weight room is nothing to sneeze at. Eating right, going through your diet and all that stuff, it hurts. Zay says, Pro Bowler, yes, indeed. The road grader, yeah. Future Pro Bowler, yeah. Mark Holmes needs to lose some weight and can't even spin in a chair during his streams. Leave my dog Mark Holmes alone. Send for Q. Yeah. Mark Holmes got a beautiful setup, though. Mark Holmes got a beautiful setup. But I believe the reason why he's confined to that area because the setup is real tight. You know, I've been there. It's set up real tight. So he can't go all the way back like this. Yeah, because of the way his setup is. But I'm gonna put that in Mark Holmes' head. He's a builder though. Mark Holmes is a wonderful builder though. The guy can just build things, man. Marvelous things. Fantastic things. All right, so injuries happen, though. This is from Daniel Albert. And that's the reality of life, right? Life, look, people think that everything should be fair, right? Everybody should be 6'4", 230, 235, right? Everybody should, have, I guess, a 790 credit score, or everybody should get accepted to the college that they want. But when reality punch you in the face, this world doesn't care. It will chew you up and spit you out. And if you ever want a true example of this world, go to the Serengeti. When that lion is hungry, it doesn't ask the gazelle, can I have a little piece of the butt? Can I just have a little slither of it? No, that lion is eating. And if it's a young litter, old, Socks and drawers. He's gonna take it and eat it all, basically. That's the replicant. That's the replicate of this world. It will eat you up and spit you out. It will. Okay. And I hope that I'm giving you guys some facts here. He sacked Dak, laughing out loud. Yes, he did. He had to sack that game. How dare the website don't have Amari Cooper picture updated? Shout out to 105.3 The Fan, and shout out to the DallasCowboys.com, and shout out to anybody that's updating this situation. He's 6 years Alabama. Y'all know what Amari Cooper looks like, right? I don't have to go over him. You know, we know that he's making his team, and he's going to have a hell of a year if, hear me out, if he can remain healthy and he can get this thing going. Yes, indeed. What's up, Uncle Charles? Really appreciate you, man. I'm kind of glad that we're having training camp at the start. This is from Chuck. Yeah. I'm mad, though. I'm mad that we're having training camp at the start. I wanted to go back to California, baby. I wanted to go down there, man. I wanted to go to Oxnard. Get off of Ventura Drive, right? Ride up in that thing. I wanted to have my little mini vacation, you know. It is what it is, though, right? It is what it is. Yeah, where we at? We talked about Amari Cooper. This is the guy we really need to talk about. You better call Tyrone. Call him. Good old Tyrone. 9 years of experience. Boy, is he, right? He's 30. Shout out to my dog, man, Antoine. We really appreciate you. What are you guys feeling? Big Ant says, why did J. Lou change his number on my Facebook? Because I think he wanted to go back to his college days. 26 is not a bad number. 24 is my favorite number. Joseph, it's not how straight the gates are how charged with punishment thy stroll. I am the master of my faith. I am the captain of my soul. Yeah, you're right. It's not how straight the gates are how charged with the punishment with thy stroll. You know, I am the master of my faith. I am the captain of my soul. That's basically how it goes. But when I think of this, Joseph, I really, really, really look at it like this, though. His gait, this Tyrone Crawford, his gait been very crooked. We saw the flashes. You know, we saw out of the nights that cover me black as a pit from pole to pole. You know, we saw all of that with Tyrone Crawford. You know, we saw all of those things that came with him as it relates to his ability to play on the edge. We saw how he didn't bend and didn't fold it to the pressures of the coaching staff when they said, okay, you are undersized to play inside, but can you gain a little more pounds so we can kick you back inside? He didn't bark, he didn't bite, he didn't cry, he didn't pitch a tent, and he went back inside. Now we saw when he was healthy, he gave us 5.5 sacks, and he's killer when they do those twist stunts. But now we at this situation. How much money do we save if we cut this guy? Is it $8 million? Is it $10 million? What's the number? And I do know that Everson Griffin probably be a sexier move. Jadeveon Clowney will be a sexier move. But this team seems like they're gun-ho and they stuck on this, and they're going to keep Tyrone Crawford. I'm seeing somebody putting out there, Dak Attack, really appreciate you. He said that, hey, he's going to start. It would not shock me if week one, if everybody remains healthy, we look down there and we see Crawford over Aldon Smith. It would not shock me at all. It would not shock me if we see, even if they reinstate Randy Gregory in week one, the lineup would be Crawford, Poe, McCoy, and D-Law. It would not shock me at all. It would not shock me. It would not. But I think that he stays on his team. I think that his off-the-field leadership and the way he rallies everybody to get together, whether it be the defense or the offensive side of the ball, he is a leader off the field. I think that he's on his team. I think he is. Let's move on to the next person. Good old Andy, right? Andy Dalton is the next guy. Lance Bell says Crawford is solid when he's healthy. The red rifle, we got Jason Garrett back on the team, right? No, this is Andy. I think that he brings in good level of veteran leadership. He brings in good level of veteran leadership. And although he does not have a playoff victory, he does have playoff experience. Although he may not throw the best balls as it relates to the outside, he lost some of the strength, but he's from Texas, right? Let me know if I'm wrong, right? He's from Texas. He played down at TCU. I think that this was a good move when the Cowboys did it. I did know that we was going to have some backlash as it relates to PR, as it relates to fans saying that, okay, he is the next end-all, be-all for Dallas, because everybody knows that the backup quarterback is always the gleam in everybody's eye. I remember Steve Wash. Everybody like, hey, Steve Wash. Remember Steve Burline. Hey, Jason Garrett. No, I was playing. No, I'm going a little too far, right? But I recall when people were saying, hey, Kyle Orton, he got something. I remember when people were saying, hey, Tony Romo, he keep going down anyway. John Kitna, he might be that guy. I remember when people thought that Brandon Weeden was going to do something, right? And I remember people saying that Brandon Weeden, he never had this amount of talent to throw the ball to, even within the confines of 2015. They said, well, Brandon Weeden, you see, he's older quarterback, and he went over there to the Browns or something like that, and he just never had a talented team like the Cowboys. And people hushed their mouth real quick when they saw him out there on the field. They hushed. It was like an old gospel song. Hush, children, hush, children. They hushed up real quick. Well, I digress. All right, so Andy, so they gave him his number 14, right? That's one of the good numbers out there. I wore 14 in middle school and high school, so that's a good number. Starting off good. 14 and 24 is my favorite numbers. So he's 6'2", 220 pounds. So here's the thing. I tell people all the time, when you do get a breath of fresh air, when you do go to a new system, who knows, right? Who knows? I think Kurt Warner started off with Green Bay Packers, right? And then he sat on the bench for a while for the St. Louis Rams at the time. Then when he got the chance, he showed up and showed out. That would be the best storyline or the story tales that could happen for us, right? If somehow something happened to Dak Prescott and this guy come on and the light bulb start flipping. His only strong suit out of the other quarterbacks is that he came from a West Coast style of system. Let me repeat, he came from a West Coast style of system. So picking up this offense, he might already know the terminology if they're going to, transition over from a Kellen Moore system and utilize a Mike McCarthy system, right? So we can say that those are his pros. Now, his cons is that he really don't have the chemistry aspect of it with Amari Cooper. He never thrown a ball to a Michael Gallup. And, yes, of course, they're going to be working on something with Blake Jarvin with him. We will see. But from a veteran aspect, a veteran quarterback that you got on a good deal, I think that it was beneficial for the Cowboys to pick him up, especially due to this COVID situation. You can have a case in a scenario where your quarterback can be hot like fish grease. And then in the middle of the week, he come down with this, and it's mandatory. I think it's mandatory that they got to be on the reserve for like 2 weeks or so. So who would be better than to put in so you won't miss a beat, and that'll be Andy. So they may keep 3 quarterbacks. It could be a situation in a scenario that they find a way to have a 4th quarterback because of the situation that we are in. This is not a natural season. Crazy Corvette, what's up, man? Really appreciate you. Jordan Hartman, I don't know why we got rid of Kittner and why did we got that scrub O-line coach. This is from Jordan. Some people love the way that they love to bring in, and sometimes you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. And I think that Mike McCarthy is looking at it like, yes, Kittner helped out Dak Prescott when he played for that 1 year, I guess when he played last year, what have you, which is good. But I have my own philosophy. That's how I'm looking at it from the Kittner situation. The O-line situation, that baffles me. So we gonna really see what this new offensive line coach is going to do. That baffles me, so I'm going to put a placeholder on that. I can't give you an explanation for that. All right, so let's move on from good old Andy Dalton. Oh, my dog is next. Ooh, we in the D's. Ha! Ooh. Diggs, baby. I wish I could go to his Instagram account now and just show you guys what I see. But they may have all of that copyright stuff on it. Boy, that Diggs, baby. Let me see. I think I saw his name. Let me see. Let's go back one. Let's go over here. We on see. See, he's trending. Diggs trending. I thought I saw Diggs. Let me see if I hope the brother's okay first, right? Oh, there's somebody else Diggs, right? Okay, good. There's somebody else named Diggs. Okay, who is this Diggs? Okay. Just making sure, because you see Diggs, man, I didn't know there was a common name like that. But let's see if we can do Trevon Diggs, Let's see if he got anything out there. Ooh, that boy right there. Look at that jersey just look different, don't it? Just look different on him. Let's see if we can blow it up. You guys can see? Let me see if I can roll over. That jersey look good on him, don't it? Don't it look good? Y'all know, and I'm biased as you know what. I don't like offense. I love defense. So when you get a corner that plays with my mindset that's out there on the field, that if the ball is in the air, it belongs to me. Forget tapping the hands. Forget trying to be safe with it. No, when that ball is in the air, it belongs to me because I'm going to get that ball down, coach. That's my ball. I got a right to fight for that ball, and that's how he played. He plays the ball, man. I know his Madden rating was like 69. They gave my other dog, C.J. Henderson, a 76. He's like one of the highest. Him and Akuda, my other dog Akuda, they gave him 76 too. But that's Madden. But in reality, this boy right here, Diggs gonna show the world, man. I really think that Diggs, look at him, the swag already there, dripping. Look at him. Watch he wipe his nose. Yeah. I wish they show that highlight. Him eating Jerry Judy up. Wipe your nose. Yeah. Man, they ain't gonna show it on here. They ain't gonna show it. I need to take me a coffee break. Yeah. Him and Judy, man, they've been working out together, and I say this all the time: steel sharpen steel, iron sharpen iron. We all know that Jerry Judy is a crazy monster as it relates to route running. Let me see if I can type it in here. If they have it in here, man, I will be elated, man. Jerry. Put too many R's there. Let me see if they got that up on there. They please better have it on there.
Don't forget, Kitna was able to work with Doc all off-season with no limits.
No doubt, Fred.
Had he been on staff, he would have less time. Love what you do, La.
Appreciate you so much, man. They don't have it on here. I can't see it. But Diggs, man, let me just go break this down. He's 6'2". He's wearing number 31, right? He's a rookie. I think that this kid right here brings in some next level mentality, the aggressive mindset, the Fredericky, I think I've said your name, but Fred. Fred, really appreciate you for the donation to help elevate the nation. You are 100% right. Dak Prescott is still working out with John Kitna. Ghost Killer, shout out to you, man. Dak Prescott is still working out with John Kitna. So I think that they will work something out. But going back to Trevon Diggs, the guy, when I look at his tape, when I look at what he's doing, he's not afraid. One thing that you got to have as a cornerback is a mentality of I'm not afraid. Bring your best game when you're approaching me, and I'm going to show you mine. So confident level is 1 million. And I think that you got to have you got to be confident in playing that role. And one thing that you can say about Roy Williams, the defensive back, the safety that we had back in the days, when he lost his confidence, he just shut it down. He didn't cover anything anymore. He said, "Look, I can't tackle the way I want to, and if a dog sure can't cover it like I want to as well." And he lost all of his confidence. Confidence is a major key. Confidence is a major key. Big Ben DiNucci. I think that he makes this team. He'll be the third quarterback, fighting for the second quarterback role. He's a guy. He's 6'3", good height for a quarterback. He's elusive. He's 23 years old. I think that he comes into this situation whereas somehow Mike McCarthy and DiNucci got some type of weird, strange, like I know each other relationship, but it's not a relationship type of situation. So there's a level of already established trust. So we will see what he's going to do if giving the opportunity to showcase his talent. The horrible situation is with this is that we didn't get a chance. We were robbed in a sense because of this crazy Rona, is that we didn't get a chance to see him in training camp in preseason. That's going to be the hardest part, right? So we just don't know. But Diggs and Robinsons are the future of Dallas secondary. Yes, you were right, Tack. Yeah, you're right. So I think that Ben DiNucci makes this team. Let me know if you guys disagree. This is another guy. His name is not there. He's running back number 42. A weird number for a running back. But, it makes you think of a Tyrone Wheatley back in the days, right? For the, I want to say the Raiders. Special teams. He's a practice squad guy to me. He can squeeze away on his roster, but I don't think that we're going to carry that many running backs. I would rather have Darius over him. But let's keep it moving. We're going to try to roll through this thing. Oh, this guy right here. Let me be disrespectful right quick. The 11th best running back, right, in the league, right? The 11th best, right? Let me be disrespectful. Can I be disrespectful? Shout out to you, Mr. Uncle Charles. Let me be disrespectful. He's the 11th best running back in the NFL, right? Here's my angle on this with Ezekiel Elliott. I want him to be so mad. I want him to be so angry. I want him to look at everybody as his enemy. Even the air that's in front of him, I want him to want to eat that. I want him to look at this game and say that you guys are being disrespectful to me. Even the guy that's talking right now. Law Nation is being disrespectful to me. The wind that's blowing is being disrespectful to me. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin is being disrespectful to me. And I want
Diggs have the best catching for CBs for Dallas Cowboys rookie in a long time. They don't believe the Cowboys corners can't catch.
Yeah, let me see, man. Really appreciate you for making the donation, man. He said Diggs have the best catchings for cornerbacks for the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys rookies in a long time, they don't believe the Cowboys corners can catch. Yeah, you're right. Appreciate you, man, for help elevating the nation, baby. Michael with the donation. Here's the thing with Ezekiel Elliott. I want him to continue to feel that pain. I do. I want him to continue to walk on fire because an angry Zeke, an angry running back is what we need. We need somebody to get mad. We need somebody to really, I was talking about docile, right? I was talking about, in the beginning of the episode about how long I've been live, for crying out loud. Let me see how long I've been live. And we was talking about docility and don't let that get in your way, because a lot of time people can be misguided with that. But I need somebody to have that dog mentality. That barkers bark, right? An hour and 18 minutes. Okay. So I can still roll with it. It's okay, good. I got a few more times right here for your mind. All right. So I talked about docility. I talked about ways whereas we need to improve, and when ways whereas don't let that fool you, But I still think that there's a room or a level to have out there that dog, right? To get into the face of the opposition. Michael Irvin was that guy in the 90s, right? We had other guys on the defenses, Charles Haley and beyond. But we need for Ezekiel Elliott to be hungry enough, to be pissed off enough to really set the tone. And I think that he's going to do it this year. Let's give it up for him, man. Let's give it up for Ezekiel Elliott. Let's go. Yes, he make this team. All right, so let me see. Okay, we're going to have to break this up in two parts. But what I would do, let's stop at Ezekiel. Let me see if anybody.
I don't have any information about that.
Okay, Google. Thank you. Google be listening to me.
That's what I'm here for.
Yes, indeed. I know you've been listening. Okay, Google. Who is the America's team?
According to Wikipedia, the term America's team is a nickname that refers to the National Football League's Dallas Cowboys.
Thank you, Google.
My pleasure.
Did you guys hear that? Yes, indeed. Let me open up the phone lines so you guys can speak your mind, and you guys can give me some retorts or rebuttals against players, and I can stroll down, look at them from those areas, and then we will wrap this thing up. If you guys so be want to call it. The phone number is 682-214-4087. And we can continue this show this way. And give me a few seconds. Let me post this in the box here so that everybody can get that number. And so you guys can be part of the show, because this is your show, by the way, right? That's the phone line for your mind. Really appreciate everybody, man. I really do appreciate everybody being along the journey. Yeah, Jesus is love 77, or Jesus is love 77 says law literally triggered my Google. I did. Got that power, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Why hasn't Ezekiel got captain's patch on his jersey? It's the same similar reason why Darius Bryant never got it, right? Or he probably had it for a cup of coffee or something like that. They are good vocal leaders, but not good captain type of leaders. It's a weird process, basically. It is. 682-214-4087, man. Y'all call in. Y'all give me a buzz. Y'all speak your mind over here. Tony Moon says he's going to really unleash this year, and no other way. Yeah. Tony, you're right. I agree. On my Facebook deal, he's really going to unleash and wreak havoc over there. TMZ Zeke would never be a captain. This is from my dog, J Farm. And trust me, we saying that for a good reason, right? And I don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth on that, but we're saying that for a good reason, unless some drastic things change from here to there, Tony says off the field issues is why we haven't got. It is why he haven't got the captain badge there. That is the only reason. Where would you rank Dak Prescott as a quarterback? This is from Deluxe Cringe Plays. As an all-time Cowboy, or within the confines of the NFL, or within the last 4 years. What angle are you talking about? Where are we ranking Dak Prescott? so I can objectively give you the best answer there for that question. Jay Forbes says, I know firsthand. Antoine says, smoke that weed, Zeke. Laugh out loud. You know how that goes, right? Yeah. Yeah. I have Dak Prescott. This is Dak Attack at my top 8 quarterback in the NFL. Let's see. Let's pull it up there. Let's pull it up. Let's go QB rankings. And we're live on Google. More items. Let's see if that's a stat that they got. Good old Carson boy. And no, I don't like the way this site is. Let me get up off of there. Best to worst startings. Okay, we'll look at that. But my thing is with quarterback play is always, to me personally, quarterbacks. I just to be real with you guys, man. I like Dak Prescott. I love what he brings to the table. I see the full picture of what he can do. And let me see, quarterback rankings. Who got the best quarterback rankings? Let me see. Top. Come on, top. Come on, computer. There we go. Bam. That should help us out. See how they already put Dak Prescott up there. Yeah, they got this long list. 760 Sean. They see this site got him ranked 5th overall, 4th overall. Yeah, so that site had music and everything on it. I don't know, man. All-time Cowboy quarterback. Of course, you have Troy Aikman. You have your dog over there, Roger Staubach. I can't really say that I put Roger Staubach over Troy because I haven't seen Roger. I only seen highlights of Roger. But truth be told, that Roger, if he had not had a slow start and beyond, he could be like, the best quarterback ever, in the NFL. So it's so many ways where we can look at it, But my personal list, I have Troy Aikman, Roger, and then I will have your boy Tony Romo, and then I'm going to have Dak, and then you'll have Danny White. And the list for Danny White is that I think that by my knowledge of what I can see, one can argue and say, well, it should be this angle. Roger Staubach, Troy, Danny White, Tony, and then Dak. But I haven't really dived into Danny White. I was so young when Danny White was playing, right? Although Everson Walls is my favorite Cowboys of all time, it's just that the way the NFL is and the way we can look at numbers, we can paint our own truths, right? And we can have our reasonings, right? The best scrambler out of all of those quarterbacks, Roger Staubach, then Dak, you can say, okay, he's the best scrambler. And then there was Tony, So it's so many ways we can look at this. During the time frame you was born, plays a major role, especially on how you view the NFL. Like, for example, a lot of people love the NFL from the confines of 2000 into present day because they were born in 1998 or 99, right? So there's so many ways we can look at this. Are you concerned at the left guard position? This is from J Form. Yeah, man, I'm very concerned about the left guard position. I'm very concerned about that. I don't know whether or not is the left guard position is a staple piece right now because we've been playing musical chairs with it so long. Like I said, I'm a big believer of continuity. I think that, when we got rid of Ron Leary, yeah, it was cool that we had my dog over there, Lyle Collins. I thought that, hey, for sure you had a 10-year contract with Tyron Smith. Let's solidify that end of the field and we'll work our way out. Because I always looked at it like, okay, Let's not break up that continuity and move Lyle Collins at right tackle. Let's solidify the center, the left guard, and Tyron Smith, he's not going anywhere. And Zach Martin, they already stapled in, right? I think that you could have moved some things around and found your right tackle sooner than what we did it from the way we looked at it. Because now there's nobody in this feed right now and said, I'm 100% sure that Connor Williams is our guy at left guard. There's nobody that can really say that honestly. There's nobody that can say, well, in a pinch, give me Connor Williams at that left guard. He's going to be that staple piece for us, right? The phone line is 682-214-4087. Give me a call. Give me a call before we wrap this thing up. I got ranked Jason Garrett is our best quarterback. Remember when he backed us up? Come on, Deluxe. Come on. Is Dak better than Quincy Carter? A10. Is that a rhetorical question? We know Dak Prescott is better than Quincy Carter. Look, true story. Coaches matter, right? Because Quincy Carter did make it to the playoff, right? They went 10-6. 10-6 and made it to the playoff. Coaching do matter, right? Mr. Wright says, I love some Romo. Yes, Romo is a dog. I love Romo too. Someone had Quincy Carter ahead of Dak. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. Oh, wow. They didn't watch a lot of football, if they say that. They didn't watch a lot of games. But Quincy Carter, in his own right, he did throw a good deep ball. Quincy Carter, believe it or not, had a baseball scholarship. His mechanic throwing of the ball wasn't bad. I just think that with Quincy, he had some elements that go beyond, go beyond football that got in the way, regardless of how you look at it. And he was never viewed as, hey, I'm going to be that guy, that guy all the way, And they gave up on him. So, yeah, they probably was joking, yeah. Yeah, who else we have over here? Tony. They can't base rankings off of a season record, but Dak has done and been a top 3 in the league since 2000 since he first played. Yes, this is from Tony. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna close the phone lines. Since nobody called, I'm gonna close the phone lines so I can do this right quick. Because as soon as I start doing this, that's when somebody called. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close this phone line. I'm gonna close down the phone line, and we're going to go do this assignment. Let me see. Give me a few seconds, Cowboy Nation. I'm gonna play a little music. Go to a quick commercial break. We're gonna do this right quick. Yeah. Give me a few seconds, Nation. Yeah. Give me a few seconds. Bam. Let's put some fire on there. Let's go. We almost there. Mount up. 5, 4, 3. Let's go. All right. Nation. All right, so before I go, we're going to do this right quick. We're going to pull up the comparison stats. You guys know how this thing roll. I like to give you guys the facts, and then we're going to get on out of here, okay? All right, so here's what I see right here. This is Pro Football Reference, so that you guys will not be misguided by anything. We're going to type in Russell Wilson, and he's one of the people that people said I heard from my show and other shows, Mia. I think her name is Mia. I forgot her last name. Good Lord. But she came out and said that Russell is transcending. Like, he's got transcending talent. Like, transcending, when you're transcending, meaning that you're not on the same playing field as somebody else, meaning that this person, like LeBron James, is a transcending talent. He's a transcending quarterback. He's a transcending basketball player. Shaq was a transcending player. They had to change some of the rules for Shaq, what have you. Jordan was a transcending player, meaning that there's nobody in your realms, right? So that's what I want to break that down. And then I'm going to pull up Dak Prescott, right? So you guys can see what I see. And this would be no biasness, none of that stuff. And we're going to give Russell the benefits from this particular situation. This 2016 to 2019. I'm not going to compare Russell's first 4 years to Dak Prescott's first 4 years, right? So we're going to get results. So this is veteran Russell Wilson against a young Prescott to his veteran movement, right? One can argue, if I was a betting man and if I put a gun to your head and you had a chance to pick the coach, Pete Carroll or Jason Garrett, 9 times out of 10, you will reach in your pocket and say, can I go with Pete Carroll opposed to Jason Garrett? Can you guys disagree with me? I'm not going to have that many people to disagree. All right, so we're going to stroll down. We're going to look at these particular situations. Both players played 64 games, right? Both players played 64 games. Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, 64 games. They both won 40 games. 40 games, okay? Russell lost 23 games. Dak Prescott lost 24 games. Dak Prescott never had a tie. Russell had a tie. Completion percentages. Dak Prescott completed a little bit more than Russ. Okay? Attempts. Dak Prescott had a little bit more attempts, which is right? All right, from 2016 to now, completion percentages. 65.8 for Dak Prescott. 68. Are you guys able to see that on your screen? I'm just going over the numbers, right? Dak Prescott is winning in that category, right? So this is a transcending quarterback. That's Russell Wilson. They got him on top of multiple people lists as number 1 and number 2. Like Mahomes number 1, Dak Prescott is way down there at number 11 land, right? But in this situation, Mahomes is number 1, and this guy is number 2 on most people's lists, right? Yards. We're going to go yards. Dak Prescott got more yards. I think he got 18 more yards, right? Touchdowns. This is the craziest thing. And this is a factor that a lot of people fail to realize, okay? This is a factor that a lot of people fail to realize. And when we say that, it's not to sully or denigrate. It's not to sully or denigrate anything. But Russell had 121 touchdowns compared to Dak Prescott 97. But I come here to tell you guys that you just can't pigeonhole Dak Prescott to those 97 touchdowns, because in that same breath, when you look over here where it says touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, Dak Prescott got 21 of them. Those count. Okay, Google. What is 21 times 6?
The answer is 126.
That's 126 points. So you can't discount 126 points. Okay, Google. What's 6 times 7?
The answer is 42.
You're right. 42. So you can't discount 42 for Russell Wilson. But if I'm a betting man, give me the 126. Give me the 126. Do Dak Prescott dink and dunk. We go over that. All right. So percentages wise, we're going to go over that. All right. So this is the QB percentage. I'm not going to lie to kick it to you guys. Percentage wise, Russ is kicking tail. 100, as my granddaddy would say, 0.6. But this is a transcending quarterback, right? Dak Prescott is at 97, which is not that bad at all. Interceptions. Oh, Russell got 34. Dak Prescott got 36. Sacks. Russell got 183. Dak Prescott got 136. Both boys are getting sacked a lot. But Russell, one can argue and say, well, his offensive line is not the equivalency of Dallas Cowboys. I can give you that. But the defense can counter that too. Defense and special teams. One can argue that the Seattle Sea Chickens had a better special teams. Let me know if I'm lying. Than the Dallas Cowboys had since 2016 to present day. One can argue that the Seattle Sea Chickens had a better, I'm saying this I'm speaking it from my chest, a better defense than the Dallas Cowboys had from 2016 to present day. Let's just be real with it. Okay, so man, do Russell run the ball a whole lot more? Yes. But we're just looking at everything. Who dinks and dunks, average yards, in the air. 7.7 for Russell, 7.6 for Dak Prescott. But let me stroll down per game basis. This is the main thing that you really want to look at. And let me see if I can zoom this in for everybody to see. And so you don't have to squint your eyes as much. And that's as big as I can get it to go. Let me see if I can do this side. Yeah. That's the biggest I can get it to go, man. You might have to squint your eyes on a per game basis, you see. So let me see if I can go down this far. Okay. So on a per game basis, Dak Prescott pretty much complete 21 passes a game. Russ complete 20 passes per game. These are the same person, regardless of how you look at it. 246 yards per game by Dak Prescott, 246.3 games by Russell Wilson. Touchdown to interception ratio, the exact same person. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying? The exact same person. Russell Wilson and Dak Prescott is the exact same person. You just got two different coaches coaching this thing up. And when I look at it, when I look at the film, everything I put on tape, I'm seeing the same person. It just one is going to be sullied and denigrated upon, and the other one is going to be lifted and I guess put into the atmosphere because he got a Super Bowl. All I'm saying is that's all I'm saying. All right, Cowboy Nation, I really got to bounce like a basketball to get out of here. Let me know where I'm lying. Let me know where I am lying. And on top of that, I will give you this. If I go back and I show you guys Russell Wilson's first 4 years compared to Dak Prescott blows him out of the water. Literally blows him out of the water. So this is veteran Russell Wilson compared to, I guess, 1 year of veteran, because I count you as a veteran when you hit your fourth year. 1 year of veteran, rookie. Okay, I'm just not learning the game. Okay, I understand the game a little bit. Fourth year, you're supposed to be a veteran. But if you flip coaches, man, I'm telling people all the time, coaches matter, man. It does. They do, man. And that's just the reality of it. I know that I'm going to sound like a homer. I know I'm getting all the hate mail. People saying, nah, Law, it ain't. He ain't. He ain't it, Law. He's not what you think he is. And all I can say is that if Russell Wilson played for the Dallas Cowboys and we had Jason Garrett, I promise you, just like one of those episodes that I saw in The Flash when they went back in time and they just changed some things around, I guarantee you people be saying, man, Russell Wilson ain't no Dak Prescott, though. No, he ain't no Dak, man. No, man, they want him. He got him a Super Bowl, man. Oh my goodness, man. He said Russell nearly doubled Raylan 863. Let me pull it back up because this is on a per game basis. And I just praise be to God that I graduated top of my class. I went to college and I graduated and I went and I took math. Basically, I'm an econ major. I'm an analyst on my day job. This is what I do. I analyze stuff. And when you look at this is per game. Per game. Matter of fact, even if I go Even if I stroll down to, let me just help you out just a little bit. Even if I go up to here where it says playoffs, right? Dak Prescott playoff stuff. You see the playoffs? 5 touchdowns, 95.7. This is Dak Prescott in his playoff to 2 interceptions since 2016 to now. You see the differences there? Yes. Russell got 1,000, but look at the games played. Yeah. This is Russell playing in 5 games compared to Dak Prescott 3. I can't make this stuff up. And when you go to a per game basis, you're looking at 246.5, 246.3. Is that what you guys are able to see? That's yards per attempt, fam. That's yards per attempt. and trust me, praise be to God, man. I don't want you guys to think that I'm sitting on my high horse, and I don't want you guys to ever think that I'm lying to kick it with you guys. But I'm just pulling out facts. That's all I'm saying. You guys have a good day, man. I really appreciate everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let me play my music out to get on out of here, man. Let's go. Here you go. Hey. Yo. Yo. And I will say this, Cowboy Nation. I will say this, and pardon. Both guys played under a run-first system, right? Can anybody disagree? They both were out of a run-first system. So they both numbers could be obscured in that portion of it, right? But I'm not finna denigrate the weapons that Russ had. I'm not finna talk ill of his tight ends. I'm not finna talk down on what's the guy that look like the Angry Bird? Because a lot of people would say that he didn't have nobody to throw the ball to. A lot of people would talk down on Tyler Lockett, for crying out loud. Those boys can ball. So let's keep this thing real, Cowboy Nation. Perception is everything, right? But I tell people all the time. You might want to write this down. Don't let nobody's opinion become your reality, right? Figure out ways to reinvent yourself, right? Always do inventory of yourself. And let's just write this down too. When you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. See this thing through, Cowboy Nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. That's been my time. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. We out. Fire me up, baby. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Facts make my beard hair grow, baby. We out. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button. TT, Auntie, I see you. Let's go. We out. Peace. Sally, I see